First thing first on breaking news, tragic news. You know what I mean? On top of that, Fort Worth rapper Lil Ronnie, Get Money Lil Ronnie, best gambler in Texas, so they say. Uh Shot and killed, man. You know what I mean? In his city, not just him, but unfortunately, his daughter who had just turned 5, on Sunday, March 2nd, she was in the car. I got a news clip here, you know what I mean, we can get into. I'm gonna play for y'all, and then break it down. You feel me? Daylight TV. Shit. Shit. Oh, you do that funny shit.
Now to a developing story in Forest Hill where police are investigating a deadly shooting.
A father and his little girl were killed, the area's third deadly shooting in just the past few weeks.
2 people were killed in a shooting on February 21st at an auto sales business on Mansfield Highway. And then just 2 days later, police found a pair of siblings who'd been hit by a stray bullet on Frisco Avenue. One of the siblings died. And today's shooting happened at a car wash on Forest Hill Drive.
We saw people who knew the dad and his daughter gathered right outside that car wash looking for answers.
And as Scoop.
Damn. So basically, within the span of 2 weeks or so, or a week or so, you know what I'm saying? They got 3 shootings all in the same area. And I seen something, a video that was covering like the whole story, like more in detail. I want to say with the family, where they was like there was a live where somebody was talking about that car wash or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or that area. So clearly, you know what I mean, it's something up with that. And I'm pretty sure they sitting here trying to investigate whether or not there's a connection, you know what I mean, to all these shootings or whatever. It seems like it's a lot of like collateral damage and all of this shit, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because, we always think about Texas as being one of those states where everybody kind of gun savvy, like, you kind of grow up shooting, hunting and shit. But anyway, keep going.
Scoop Jefferson discovered the little girl just celebrated her birthday yesterday.
Somebody had already reported it and they were on their way.
Becky Johnson is one of several people living near Slappy's Car Wash in Forest Hill who called 911 Monday morning describing gunfire.
And I heard 6, 1, 2, 3, pop, 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 pop. Then about a few seconds later, I heard another 6, 1, 2, 3, in concession, real fast.
The same gunfire woke up Pamela Barrett, who learned more about the shooting from her son's telephone call.
I said, Mom, hey, I'm up here at the gym. I'll be at the gym for a while. I'm not going to come home because it was an active drive-by shooting. 2 people just got killed up here at Slappy's.
When Forest Hill police arrived at the car wash, officers found 2 people shot dead. The victims have been identified by their family as Ronnie Smith and his daughter, who just turned 5 years old. Their aunt trying to understand why.
He was a good kid, y'all. He was. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't.
His aunt, Stella Houston, describes her nephew as a well-known Fort Worth rap artist named Lil Ronnie. Sources tell WFAA someone opened fire on Smith. He was using the vacuum as his daughter waited inside the car. Forest Hill police are looking for the shooter, but haven't named any suspects. The shooting drew a large crowd of family, friends, and people who knew Lil Ronnie from the music scene. Forest Hill PD got help with crowd control from several surrounding police departments. As people living nearby pray they'll feel safe again.
Praying for protection of our community here at Forest Hill.
In Forest Hill, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper.
That's our next story. R.I.P. Lil Ronnie, you know what I mean, and R.I.P. His daughter. It's sad, man. I seen a lot of people questioning, you know what I mean, like the morals of the streets and everything like that, and how bad had things gotten, you know what I mean, to where like they killing kids. And I said to myself, well, not to myself or whatever, but I said to the people who were saying this shit, I was just like, it's unfortunate, but they been, you know what I mean? There's been collateral damage in the streets, and sometimes it's not even accidental. It's like intentionally, you know, the same thing, because there's that whole romanticized thing about no women, no kids, and everything like that. That's for the movie, bro. Like I've said before, you know what I mean? Like when you really get to the deep, like maybe not in your typical hood to hood like street corner politic, but when you like in the game, you know what I mean? And it's big bags at stake and all kind of shit, or big rackets. Yeah, bro, anybody could get it if you in the way. You know what I mean? Like that's just how that go. Unfortunately. Um this situation, I don't necessarily think that, you know, they targeted the girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, it may not have even known that she was in the car. You feel me? So, you know, what's crazy is that, you know, I don't when I first started like blogging or whatever, doing you know, what we call now daylight TV. It kind of started with two artists in particular, bro. I started covering the death of Mo 3, you know what I mean? And because I was just actually a fan of Bo music, you know what I'm saying? And the situation surrounding like Honeycomb Braid, right? So with the Mo 3 thing, as I started digging, you know, like deeper into the shit with him and Yellow Beezy, and you know, just the incident that kind of they say that happened with Mo 3, where it kind of divided the city and all this other shit, and all the stuff with Go Yayo, and you know, the whole Say Cheese, you know, really covered all of that shit. So as I'm like looking at it, like I'm aware that they have their own drill culture, you know what I mean, going on down there. And I remember a clip from a Say Cheese interview they showed where they said he told the dude Lil Ronnie, he's like, you know, you don't necessarily be in the middle of, you know, whatever drama is going on, but you kind of like in the middle of it. And I hear a lot of people when I was on Clubhouse or whatever, it was a lot of people from like the Fort Worth area that were really tapped in, you know what I mean, with, you know, that whole scene, saying that he was the money man. You get what I mean? So in the politics of the streets, if you're the guy that's like kind of funding shit and mobilizing the game, you know, you're definitely a trophy for the opposition. You know what I mean? Because they feel like if they get you out of the way, then like, you know, the soldiers can't afford the war. You get what I'm saying? Um, Me personally, I even spoke about, you know, a time when I had, you know, a little smoke that got, you know what I mean, a little crazy. You know, fortunately, nobody, you know, lost their life in that shit. You know, niggas just wanted to get back to some money. You know, that's the difference between like, you know, I don't really know what Ronnie, you know, if he had any gang affiliations, whatever, however that plays out. Like I know that Fort Worth is ganged out. But you know, that's the thing about like just having like beef over, you know, drug beef and shit like that, as opposed to like just gang banging, because there is a means to the end, like with the trap shit, like, you know what I mean, territory, money, you know what I mean, like they usually want to move on, you know, move on and get back to the bag, you know what I mean. But honestly, like with the type of smoke that even I was aware of, and I'm pretty sure it get deeper than that, I don't know, bro. I just wouldn't be moving around. Like I didn't move around with people who I cared about, especially like, you know, minors and shit. Uh, you know, like there was a time, bro, in my life, like you had to be TTG to, you know what I mean, like to move around, because you just never know when it might pop off. And not even somebody popping off on me, but me trying to get it popping with somebody else. You know, and like I'm not one of them, you know, I wasn't one of them dudes that like oh, I always got to have a pole or a knife or something like that. Like, I'll really scrap a nigga, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, back. So it's just like, I know things can always go left, and I never wanted to put no one that wasn't involved in nothing, like in nothing. You know what I mean? So if I ever had an on-site situation or even felt like there was the possibility that dudes is out here, you know, at my top, I just wouldn't be moving around, like not locally. You know what I mean? Like I take the family vacation or something like that and you know, keep moving. And it's unfortunate that it got to be like that, but I mean, anything cheaper than a funeral. Like not even just monetarily, but I'm talking like emotional, like long-term devastation type shit. So, you know, yeah, man, rest in peace, you know, Lil Ronnie, get money, Lil Ronnie. You know, and condolences to the family, you know what I mean, the little girl especially.